Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome, and sorry that I kept you waiting for a little while. Um, as I had to do and to manage some last settings. And the reason why I called out for this webinar, I will show you in a minute, because I think you want to know why I wanted you to listen to me for maybe an hour or something. Well, and the question is simple. What would you think if there was a way, and if you are not a very young person anymore, if there was a way to let you feel younger again? What am I saying by that? Well, how many times, especially the elderly people, let's say above 35, 40, or even 50, how many times we said we would like to be 25 again with the power of 25, but with the knowledge of now and the skills of now? How powerful could we be if we were in this situation? Well, I can't turn or set back your age, the number of your age. This is impossible. But I can show you a way how to achieve the body feeling of a 25 years old while you can use the skills and the knowledge of the person you are today. So, what can you expect to learn from me today? Well, simply how to achieve a healthier and wealthier and more energetic lifestyle. And I think this is something everyone should achieve. And actually, then there is a unique chance. I will show you how to add an extra income to what you are doing at the moment. If you are in a job and you're not happy anymore to be pushed around by your managers, I will show you a slowly but surely way to leave. If you are already in the business, you are a small business owner or self-employed, I will show you a way how to earn maybe even more money, but with less work and less hustle. If you are already a very experienced business owner, this could be for you as well, because the question is simply how much could you produce, or what could be your impact if you could continue like you do at the moment for the next 15, 20 years without being distracted by too many body issues. Because as I said before, how many times we wish we would feel or like a 25 years old, but well, everyone knows about the problem they turn up once we left this tender age. And I will show you how to turn your age in just a number and feeling that it's just a number, not just pretending. Also, how can you impact your local inner circle, but how you can impact people's life on a global scale, even though you might not be a global player at the moment. And even if you are, it's still an interesting example what is possible. Then, if you are a huge sports fan, there I will show you a way how to support your sports team in a very new and extraordinary way. And it's about a new dimension of anti-aging. And I think these are quite a lot of points, and I don't want to waste your time like many other webinar holders. They speak a lot in the beginning. We want to dive right into the topic, and I will provide as much value as I can. So my very first question to you is, what do you think is the most valuable good you can think of? Do you think this is an expensive house, or an expensive, good-looking car in front of your door? Well, this is a value, but this is not the most important value. And the same about money. You need lots of money these days, that's true. But I'm thinking of something which is above. Do you think it's a good job? Well, no. And elderlies, they wish to have much more. And I'm talking about something you can even sell to the queen, especially to the queen, because think of her age. She is in her 90s. Many people haven't even seen their 90s, and if you're already in your 80s, you can expect every single day is your last day, and you might have a guess I'm talking about now. This is the time. We are talking about the time, and later on in this webinar, I will tell you why I focus so much on the time. The time has some not so lovely properties, like it is not repeatable, not refundable. Well, that's normal, and every single minute has gone by forever, and you can't get it back. And every single minute gone by has taken to your last day a little bit closer. And the thing is, how do you want to spend this remaining lifetime? Do you want to spend it happy, healthy, and living your life until to the fullest until your very last day? And as I said, do you want to your age thus being a number, or do you want to end up in an old people's home scaring about the 67 retirement age limit, which is already in place, and they are talking about to lift it up again? And can you really live your passion? Some passions cost lots of money, and they require a good health. If one of these 2 points is not working well, then the passion is more a dream. And today it's about to show you a way how you can do both, your passion with power and with a well-designed financial background. And all this without any distraction, body-wise and financially. Just a short summary about the situation I was in. I'm from Germany originally, and I live in the UK for a bit more than 10 years. I have been an employee for most of my lifetime, unfortunately, but I always looked for ways to change this. So I have been a self-employed courier, and I worked often 50 hours plus a week. This drained me out so much that I ran into an occupational burnout after some time. Even though this was an interesting job, I met lots of interesting people, saw great places, but traveling is lovely if you don't overdo it. So there was a time when the weekend was not enough anymore for me to recover, and on Tuesdays I was already tired, like you might be on a Friday. And this forced me to watch out for a solution, because I'm on my own and I can't get so sick that I end up in a hospital. So what did I do? The very first contact to the home business model I had in 2002, but I was unable to get it working because my personal development experience and anything that requires to get it done was almost zero. And but the thing was, I met people, successful people back in this time, and I could talk and speak to someone who was already a high decorated leader and a high earner back in this time. He already earned almost 100,000 Deutschmark back in 2002. Yeah, I think it was a little bit before we got the euro, and I was very impressed. And I saw this business it in general must be much better than being an employee. And I was angry with myself why I couldn't get it working. And since then, I tried to find ways how to do more with my life. And we are now in 2019, so I spent quite some years to figure out how business, and especially the home business model, works, because I saw the advantage of it. And then I found Lisa Torres on YouTube last year. She told me in a YouTube video, you don't sell, you are a guide. That means you take someone's hand and you guide this person nice and friendly from A to be, where this person wants to be, and this is your job. You are not supposed to be a sailor, or you are not supposed to look like desperate. And this changed the game and the world for me. And I was a bit angry that nobody was able to tell it me in this way. And then I found a couple of YouTube videos later, a young guy with the name Benjamin Kyäni on YouTube, and he was talking about a topic, how to approach people in the right way. And this YouTube was about a team meeting, kind of, where he simply explained some of his team members who were struggling how to approach people in the right way and how to answer in the right way and all this stuff. And this impressed me a lot because this guy was quite young, younger than me. And yeah, I left a comment under his video saying I'm from Germany originally, I live in the UK, I speak a little bit of English, and I travel to the countryside all the time. If this helps him. And then he kept me bothering for a couple of weeks. But while he did this video, I started to do some researches about the company he was talking about. And the company he was talking about had the name Kyäni. Kyäni. I always heard Kyäni, Kyäni, Kyäni. So what was about this company so interesting, and why was he enthusiastic? And I also heard Benjamin's story behind, which started far away from being successful. And so I did some own research about this company he referred about, and I will let you know what I found out and the interesting benefits and why we are actually talking about something that will have an impact in this world if we really want to. I'm pretty sure people who are already involved or experienced with more than being an employee, they know this picture from Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Of course, I read this book as well in 2007 in English, and I found it was very easy to read, even for me when I was not really good in English back then. And most of the time I was in the E sector. I've spent a few years in S, but I never really made it up to the B or even to I. That's where I want to go to. And now I found a way how I can make it, and I want to show tell you how you can do it as well if you are not already here. And if you're already a B, what I tell you it's in a minute will support you to be in the B's and I's as long as possible in a healthy way, so you can just concentrate on your business and you don't need to pay attention too many times to your doctor. So this is a young guy I just mentioned. He is now a highly decorated leader, but when he started, he was roughly 80,000 euro down in the minus, in debts. And the reason for that was a business that failed a little bit, or not just a little bit. And the problem was he was also a father of a young baby girl and couldn't buy his food anymore for his baby girl. And that was such a scary situation that he either could do the decision to end up at the railway station asking for money, or to change something significantly. And he did the last thing, a 5, sometimes 6-figure income a month. This is more than many people earn per year. And while doing good stuff, while supporting people's life, while supporting people's lifestyle, and while doing an impact to this world. This is always the first line. The one what you can give to people is always the number one, and then you get the reward for it. So this is what I found out in the first place. I found this sachet and this decoration of fruits around it. And the main actor of this little package called Kyäni Sunrise are the blueberries. And now you can say, oh, blueberries, these are cheap fruits. I can get them in Tesco, Sainsbury, Morrison, or maybe even Aldi. Yes, you can, but these are standard blueberries from normal farming. And I will tell you in a minute why this is they are different. Let's talk about first the major solutions. Here you see some of the major problems nowadays. We eat badly. We use lots of pharmacy crap stuff that might hide some pains, but never ever cures the causes. We often have bad sleeps caused by lots of electromagnetic radiation from mobiles, from routers, and all this stuff these days. So we are under permanent electromagnetic stress, which is often healthy. And in addition to that, our supermarket food looks nice, and the grow looking nice. They are sorts. We grow farming, as you can see here in these pictures, and you can see it live every single year. For example, in the Cambridge area, where you will find wide fields, and the last 2-3 years I passed by in the springtime, I saw these vehicles applying some sort of chemical. So, and by eating this food over years or even decades, sooner or later we will run into problems. And I can tell you most or lots of health problems are actually caused by lack of nutrition over a long time. And here is where Kyäni wants to make a change, wants to make an impact. Additionally, here is another reality, stressy reality in our life. If you no longer want to park on the M25, M1, or elsewhere in this country, if you want to get up on a Monday and do whatever you like to do, listen to me and listen to the end, because there are some people who love the hamster wheel, but some people don't love it, but they simply don't know how to get out of it. And this is what I want to change today for you by sharing this information. And what I then found out were the founder Benjamin told me about, and these are two families mainly. There is the Hansen family and the Taylor family. They are both successful business owners for a long time, for decades. The Hansens, they are mainly successful in the oil industry, and the Taylors, as you can see here, they are the biggest potato farmer in the US, and they run the company called Idaho Potatoes, and they produce thousands of tons of potatoes every single day to cover the needs of the fast food restaurants, for example. And they are friends as well, and they made tons. That's why they founded Kyäni. And what the idea they wanted to do is they wanted to produce the best product in terms of cell regeneration, because they think this body cell, every single one, needs to be in the best state it can be, and if the basis is alright, then the rest is alright as well. And these three guys they found, and they are the scientific advisory board to create the best product in terms of cell regeneration and later on skincare as well. And the motto is the true beauty comes from the inside on the outside, and cause some interesting sort of anti-aging. So the mega trend as well is healthy living. And if you think, it doesn't bother me yet, let me tell you that even very known names like Grant Cardone, for example, he is also saying that the real quality products you can't get in your local supermarket. The local supermarket provides cheap quality or cheap stuff, but the real things that can change and impact your life, you won't get there. So, as I said already, the Tylers and Hansons, they made sure that there is a proper supply of nutrition, but that also your skin looks like as it should do without too many traces of environment influences and aging. Let's take a look first to the Kyäni sunrise. What I did as well when I did my research, and let me tell you, I am interested in lots of history topics, so that's why I know how to research actually, and I've picked some points for you in a minute. I will tell you, but here you see a number of points already that they should sound interesting, even though they might be a bit complicated for you. But I tell you, all this together is a booster. And as I said before, in the foreground you see the blueberries. The blueberry, it's a special one. It's the Alaskan blueberry. The Alaskan blueberry grows in the wild and in a very harsh environment, and this caused the blueberry plant to do some changes compared to the normal one you can get in the supermarkets from regular farms who are treated again with pesticides. Otherwise, you wouldn't earn any blueberry because the birds would come first. And insects as well. So in this little package, in this little blue package I have shown you before, and in the other components of the triangle, there included more than 20 superfoods and superfruits. And I will tell you, or I picked 6 examples of this list where I will tell you a bit about what these fruits do and where they support your health. And I tell you, this covers almost everything you can think of. Still a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I'm not allowed to use the word help. All I can do or I can say is this product supports your health, and we have lots of colleagues and friends who got results by using it. So let's start with the Alaskan blueberry. And the Alaskan blueberry comes with a high level of antioxidants. It supports your cardiovascular disease, or in other words, it supports the circulation, heart and blood circulation. Then it supports diabetes in the way that that the consequences of diabetes decrease. It comes with anti-cancer properties, and it even supports oral, breast and prostate cancer. That means if you live in the London area, there are some billboards showing, at least last year, a man above his 40s, and this advertisement would make you to go to your local doctor to check out if you suffer from prostate, because prostate cancer kills you. Well, forget this appointment, forget this man here, just only the blueberry. We talked only about the blueberry. I will listen. I will tell you some more fruits in a minute. Can or could be an alternative. Also, the Alaskan blueberry supports the inflammation or the level of inflammation that you have less problems with that. Let's head further down to the mangosteen. The mangosteen also comes with anti-cancer properties. It supports the skin or is kind of skincare. It's also inflammatory and anti-fungal. So if you have any problem with fungi, something, well, even here's another natural source that supports your body to go to the better side. Also, it boosts your immunity or your immunity system. Then it controls the diabetes as well. It protects the health of your heart and also comes with some weight loss properties. But I tell you, we are not talking about weight loss product today. Weight loss is just optional. Then let's talk about the Amla berries. The Amla berries are great for your eyesight. It hydrates the body and it makes sure that there is an interaction between the toxic stuff goes out of the body and proper fluid comes into your body. Then it cares for a healthy appetite. It slows down the aging process. So, and another example for a healthy heart, for diabetes, and if I say for diabetes, of course, the diabetes should disappear as much as possible, not getting worse, and it supports your metabolism. Let's head over now, before I continue, maybe you see also here down here, aloe vera. Aloe vera is a business for decades. And I don't want to talk too much about aloe vera today, but it is known this plant has a number of benefits, and here you get them optional as well. You don't have to go to an extra company. So isn't this great? All this, the best properties of all these foods in one place. So this saves you lots of worrying, lots of running from one corner to the other corner of the nutritionless veggie department in your supermarket. One intake of one little blue package in the morning. This will cover your daily needs of vitamins, minerals, nutrition. But let's continue now with a fruit called ashwagandha, and I guess this is something that is coming from India. Well, just referring to the sound of the name, and this is an old ancient medicinal herb. It reduces the blood sugar level. It also has anti-cancer properties. It reduces stress and anxiety. So, like often you find examples on YouTube where young girls talking about anxiety problems and stress and so on. We already have colleagues who it could reduce their anxiety after using the Kyäni Triangle over 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something, and they didn't need anymore the official pharmacy medicine they got from their pharmacy, from the doctor prescribed. Also, this ashwagandha supports depression or tries to reduce the symptoms of depressions. Also, it increases muscular mass and strength. So that means without doing too much training and gym, you already get a healthy basis to continue if you are a sportsman, a sports person. It also improves the brain function and memory. And I think this is interesting, especially if you are not anymore 25, what I said before, but if you're about 60, Then the last two fruits I want to talk about is the ginseng. The ginseng also supports the brain function, and there were results by using Kyäni for in terms of Alzheimer patients. It improves the erectile dysfunction. Also, it has, once again, anti-cancer properties. It helps against tiredness, and it raises the energy level significantly. And the last fruit I want to talk about today, maybe I should make a video only about the fruit properties itself. The acai berries, they promote the heart again. They stop bad cell proliferation. It also has some weight loss properties. It supports the skin and the health of your skin. It improves the cellular health. It comes with anti-aging effects. It boosts your energy and the libido, and also supports mental function. Right, I don't want to bore you any longer with all these facts, all these details, or even though I think they are quite interesting and they show actually how powerful Mother Nature is if you pick the right fruits and the right combination. And now you hopefully are aware why you can't go to Tesco and Sainsbury's and supermarket and saying, "Oh, I buy my 1 pound blueberry juice there," because this would be the blueberry juice of the regular ones, and this juice has none of the properties I told you before. And also, some of this fruit, they don't grow in one place. You would have to have the blackbird from the NASA, because this aircraft is fast enough that you can do a journey around the world during one day, and then you have to come back and make the juice out of it. So I think this question is sorted out now as well. And let's talk now about the head of the game, and this is that the science behind all these products is based on the Nobel Prize for Medicine 1998. And 1998, there was a guy with the name Robert F. Furgot, and he figured out the benefits of the molecule of life, what and how important nitric oxide is to the body. And let me tell you something, you can live without water for a bit more than a day. You can live without breathing in air for maybe a minute if you are trained, maybe two. But if your body stopped producing nitric oxide, you would die within 15 seconds. Well, you don't have to be scared now. Your body produces nitric oxide all the time, and only the production rate decreases. As you can see here, when you are in your 20s, it's 100%, and in your 30s, it's already went down to 80%, and when you are in your 60s, it's 15% and less. This sounds like it doesn't matter, but here you see some properties the nitric oxide looks after. It thickens the arteries, it makes sure the inflammation is better, and it also widens the arteries so that the flow of blood is way better. And the goal of this product is to get you back when you are in, even if you are in your 60s, to get you back here to your 20s. And why is this so important? Because nitric oxide is also an important signal molecule. It makes sure that there is the best exchange of energy in between all your body cells. And if you have a very low production rate, your body simply can't use anymore all the food you eat. And well, the end of the game then is you feel often tired or you gain weight. And often people blame the age for gaining weight, but this is nonsense because they simply have a lower production rate of nitric oxide, and the goal of NitroFX taken 3 times in a day will move you back, like I said in the beginning of this webinar. How would you feel like if you can use your skills and your knowledge of the age you are in now, but with the power and body feeling of a 25 years old? I think this is great, and it opens new doors. If you don't have to take care anymore about the age, simply do what you do, and you can impress people out there if you're already older and you do things they don't expect from you to do anymore. And my personal experiences with this product is that when I ran into the burnout, within less than a week, I got results and my energy level decreased remarkably. And I felt like I spent 2 weeks in Mallorca on a beach, relaxing and recovering. What I didn't do back in the time because I worked almost without any break for 2 years. And I felt that, as I said before, I was always tired. But because of the Kyäni of Triangle, I got my power back. So if you know people who are overworked as well, share my video with them, or better connect me to them, that I speak to them and share this with them, that they get out of the situation they are in, because you easily run them into a depression if you don't do anything. And this is even worse. And if you then give your body all the nutrition, minerals, and vitamins it needs, and the tiredness disappear, also your mood rises, and you suddenly think, what did I do? And you get the power to withdraw yourself out of the situation, and this is the value of gold. Let's now finish with sunset for this chapter. And the sunset is made by the wild Atlantic lux from the very northern waters, where the water is still clear and clean and where very healthy fishes live. And it's about omega-3 supply, and some other ingredients came into this product. And here you can see a number of things where you get supported. And let me tell you or mention this tocotrienol down here. Tocotrienol is also it comes with rapeseed oil. In my list of fruits earlier, I forgot to tell you there were also grape seed involved. Unfortunately, usually nowadays people only buy grapes or rapes without seeds in, because they hate to have seeds in the mouth, which is stupid, because first of all it's difficult to marry the plant, and secondly the oil in these seeds contain tocotrienol, and this is also one of the worst enemies of cancer cells. In addition to that, the Kyäni sunset makes sure that you have a deep, refreshing sleep. And now think of how many people have trouble to sleep straight or wake up a couple of times in the night. The goal is to go into the bed, sleep straight, wake up, and you are happy in the morning. And this is where Kyäni sunset supports your health, because it's about refreshing and renewing of all your body cells. And we also heard many people saying they didn't have to go anymore to the toilet. Some people need to see the restroom after 2 or 3 hours of sleep. You have to wake up, have to make your way to the toilet, then you go back to sleep, and your sleep is interrupted, which is not good. So here we are again, this was the triangle of health. I highly recommend, if you want to figure out more and experience by yourself, go for a product combination with all three of them. One single of them has some effects, but if you want to make the full experience, I highly recommend don't leave one out. Let's now still lose some words about the skincare, because Kyäni wanted to be in the skincare market as well, which is also a high profitable market. And here you see a number of ingredients you may find on your skincare if you got the skincare from, well, your supermarket or drugstores like Boots. You actually don't want any of these ingredients in your skincare, but the chemists don't care, they put it in. And our skincare, the Flores system, is completely natural and based on plants. Like the whole product line is just natural. And the top of the Flores skincare is this apple you can see here. And you may now ask me why I focus so much on apple. It's just an apple. Yeah, no, first of all, there are lots of hundreds of sorts of apples. And this is only because you see in your supermarket three sorts of apples. The most sorts of apple are out of the market for many reasons. And this one has a special property. It keeps its skin clean and wrinkless for much longer than many fruits do. And the researchers of Kyäni try to figure out what keeps this apple nice, clean, and eatable for much longer. They extracted the property and they developed this serum. If you apply this serum onto your skin, it makes your skin looking nice or nicer, like this apple skin looks like. But in addition to that, all these fruits and plants you see here, they are also used. And I think this is actually great if you know that your skincare is actually vegan and you could eat your skincare. Well, nobody would eat the skincare, but isn't it great to know that you could do it, and what you don't want to eat, you don't want on your skin, isn't it? And here you see a result what the serum and the eye cream especially does to people who use it for a longer time. Well, I heard people saying, oh, this person has wrinkles, this person has signs of history and traces in her or his face. But I tell you, the person carrying these wrinkles and these traces, I'm pretty sure he and she is not happy about it. And if this person finds a way to get rid of it, he or she would certainly do it. And here is a way to recover and to renew your body on the level of a 25 years old, from the inside and from the outside. And this is a combination it should be. And here you see again the whole components. Some or most of the names speak for themselves. The night cream is to be taken or applied before bedtime. Then the day cream when you start your day. Also, the serum is important. The serum is actually the best one of this collection. As I said, it makes your skin soft and fresh. You feel how your skin is younger. And I tell you, if you use this skincare in combination with the Kyäni Triangle, you simply feel strong. You feel awake. You think nobody can stop you. You have a very different appearance, and people feel that. And the more confident you appear, the more successful you are with whatever you do. And I think this is something really great. Okay, let's go on. As I said again, we don't have a huge catalog of products, only two production lines, which is skincare and Flores, and the Triangle. And now I want to show you a market where you could become active if you want so, and this is the sport. And there is an institution called Kölner Liste, or in English, Cologne List. There is an institution in Germany. They do lots of researches against doping, and they try to figure out what people can intake to increase their performance, or what is dangerous and ends up in a suspension to suspend people from the sports market in general. And what we found out, what we have here is Kyäni is listed at the Cologne list, and here it says without objection. So that means if you want to support your sports performance, you can do so, and it supports your sport a lot, and you can never get suspended because we are talking about the intake of completely natural ingredients. And I will tell you some names of people who are already using Kyäni, and they are quite successful, and they wouldn't be as successful as they are without Kyäni. And the first name I found is Jesper Stechmann. Jesper Stechmann is a free diver, and free diver means you have to spend 1 or 2 minutes longer underwater than normal people are able to. And I already told you about the properties 6 of the fruits have. So Kyäni really makes it possible that this guy can spend longer underwater and can perform as he does. Then there is the bodybuilder Oliveira. She takes advantage of Kyäni Triangle as well. Then Jeremy Kelly, who is an NFL athlete, Josh Taylor, he's a bodybuilder, and Mike Rogers. And these are just a few examples. The market in Kyäni is almost unknown in the UK at the present time, and nobody knows about it and about its chances. And here, that's why we talk about a huge market and actually market creator, because think of how important sports is in the UK. And the thing is, just imagine you support your special team, your team, no longer by just shouting at them, but informing them about Kyäni. And if they use the Kyäni product, they are fit and fresh for much longer than the opposite team. And this is a game changer, a legal game changer. And guess what happens if they win the game? Well, use your fantasy, what can happen then? And that's why I say that, or because I say so far, sharing is caring. Sharing this information is, or means, caring about your local people. And by the end of this webinar, I still tell you how you can take care on a global scale. So what is it now about the business opportunity? It's fairly simple. All you have to do is use the product by yourself, get used to it, get experience with it, feel the changes it does to your body and the energy you suddenly have in your daily life. This is something you need to experience first before you can do anything else, because it's like you can't recommend a cinema movie if you haven't seen it by yourself, because only after watching it you know what it's all about. And the only thing we have to do is find new customers and find new business partners. That's it. Only new customers and new business partners, nothing else. We don't have to store anything at home except our own consumption products, or packages, and you have nothing to do with the logistic part. You have nothing to do with the support. This is all taken away from you. So the answer is be the product of your product, and people see and notice it because of your different appearance. Find customers and find business partners. That's it. And now I want to share you anything or something great as well. Here you see 20 or 47 to 52. This half with the 47, the income of the company is used for science, the production, marketing schools, and so on and so on. And more than the half of the company income is used for the marketing and for people like us who only task is to find new customer and find new business partner. And even with finding new business partners, I only can help because I can share the information. Right? Why is it possible? Because normally there is a manufacturer and the customers, and there is a long way. There is a long way over to the customer. The product goes to the wholesaler, then to the retailer. Then there are employees to be looked after and lots of other stuff which takes money and advertising. And then finally the product has arrived the customer, and the customer pays all this stuff as well. So what is different with us? Yes, this is called direct selling because the manufacturer send the product right away to the customer, but he doesn't want to do anything with the marketing. This is taken off by the franchise partner. And this is what we're talking about. The business opportunity would be your part. And as I said again, all you have to do is finding new customers, finding new business partners. So this is gone. Good. That's about this. And then there is another interesting thing. All you have to do is find yourself 3 business partner. That's all you need. 3 business partner, and then you help these people to find their 3 business partners. So you help these orange guys to find the gray guys, and you must help the orange guys to become successful. In order to become successful as well. If the blue guy doesn't do anything, the orange guy won't do anything, and nothing is happening. And the great thing is you will earn from every single member in your company. The plan is set up that you will earn from every single member, whether you only have 3 people or whether you have 300 or even 3,000. And I tell you, 3,000 might sound like from another planet, but it isn't, because there are not many people yet in the UK who do it. And the next question is, which turns up most probably, if this a pyramid scheme, is this a scam? And I say, no, it's not a scam, because there is a real product to be shipped and sold. The product provides a high value to people, and there is an auto ship function which makes sure there is always a turnover. And we are talking, as I said, about a real product. But ask yourself, schools, churches, companies, they are the true pyramid schemes. I don't know if you are still employed in one of these big companies and you are not the CEO, but somewhere under the CEO, then you most probably only receive orders, and most probably you earn less money than the people above you. And the people above, they don't take care of you. If you don't perform as they want you to perform, you can go. They don't even think about to make you successful, and this is where we are different. We just inform and we help our partners in order to be successful by ourselves. Here is the compensation plan if you are a career-oriented person. I think it's more important to focus on impact, and the rest comes by itself. So, but if you are one of these people who love career letters, this could be for you. Here is an example of the earning opportunities, and this all depends on how much effort you want to put in. There is also a team bonus, of course, and several other bonuses. There is a car bonus, so if as soon as you achieve a certain level, you will get a car from the company, and I will show you in a minute how this can look like. But before we go so far, I want to speak about the costs. And of course, if you start a business, it's never ever for free. There are people on Facebook, they always ask for a business opportunity, but they don't want to put any effort in it. I hope you're not one of these people, because then I'll ask you to leave. This is nothing for you then. But I still can comfort you, because take a look after how much it costs to open a McDonald's restaurant or just a Subway, how much money you have to invest until you sell your first cheeseburger or until you sell your very first sandwich. And it takes a few months, if not years, to go into black numbers, into the plus. So compared to McDonald's and Subways, the membership fee, the one-time membership fee, is really cheap. This is only less than £40 one time. And any other costs to get started with your business depends on how much money you can invest. I know for some people, even this number is a lot already. But the good news is all prices are shared, or entry prices are shared in 2 weeks payments. And the highest one here, the 1,000 level, it only comes, and the medium as well, with packages you can give to your 3 most loved ones, those people you wish to be around for as long as possible and to live, so that you can enjoy more happy, healthy lifetime. And it's only possible if you live their health, because how many people do you know in your inner circle whose health and wealth is not as it should be? So, well, if you are one of these people who hate selling or can't, or simply can't sell, well, on the long run, I recommend to invest time and a little bit of money to learn how to sell. But also, it's easier to give away gifts. So if you are a person who hates to sell and your best friend hates to buy, give them a 7 days test pack to try. And after 1 week, we talk to this person, because then this person already got experience. You also get the permission to start your business in 65 countries, and the Kyäni comes in 23 languages. There is also a lifestyle program, lots of events to support you. And here you can see that Kyäni, and especially Kirk Hansen, wants to change a lot, and they are changing a lot. This is not the showroom of a car dealer. These are all Kyäni cars. And I think this is a huge motivation as well, isn't it? And now we come to the last point about the impact on a global scale. Kyäni also runs some charity programs. And what they do is they feed children in poor countries, and they build schools in poor countries. And I think we just can agree to what it's saying here. And what they do is they give out potato packs to kids enriched with vitamins, so that children who just start their life perform better later in their life. Because if you have a bad start as a child, this impacts your whole rest of your life. And here, Kyäni wants to change something as well. And there is also a protection and an extra money if you are over 60. I think this is a great thing as well. And everything for the one-time membership fee of £40 and the starter pack. If you want to learn more, because I couldn't cover everything in this short time, there is the Kyäni Pro app. Go to your app store, Apple or Google, get the Kyäni Pro app, which looks like this one, install it, and here where it says guest, you put in Carsten, my name. And once you are in this app, there are 2 videos about the product and videos about the production line, and there is also a video about where the CEO does a speech and wants to talk about the company philosophy. So you can learn a little bit more about that. What else do you need to get started? What you do at the moment is not so important as long as you're willing to do the necessary work. So if you're a person who had lots of jobs already, that doesn't matter. I don't care what you did before, as long as you're willing to help me to share this information and once you got started. Be a good listener. Don't be shy to ask questions. Be a helpful person, or make helping as your passion, and you need to be able to download and install an app on your smartphone. And this is nowadays an easy task. What to do next? Get in touch with me. Make a picture of this screen if you want. So call me or find me in Skype or find me on Instagram. Download the Kyäni app from your app store. My contact details are in this app as well if you log in with my name. And other than that, experience the benefits of the Kyäni Triangle of Health first. And if you got curious, you will find the link to a simple test to the Kyäni of Health in my video description. And Kyäni is so confident to even give you a 30 days money back guarantee. So if you shouldn't be satisfied, which I can't believe because we don't have lots of complaints, within a 30 days period, you just send them back, the empty packages, and you get refunded minus the pot stash. So I think I could give you some interesting and helpful information how to achieve more successful and more powerful life by a good, healthy foundation, health-wise, financially. And thank you for the time you listen to me. And let's get started. Don't wait any longer. As I said, every single minute of your life once has gone forever, and you should spend all your lifetime on this planet in the best shape as possible. Thank you so far, and bye for today.